Hi everyone, this is Bharat. In this video, I am going to show downloading and setting up Microsoft 365 Windows and Office Deployment Lab Kit. Lab Kit comes in handy when you want to quickly set up the lab for the deployment testing without going through manual steps to download and install each and every OS and setup applications needed for the lab, such as Windows Server and clients, SQL Server, Endpoint Config Manager setup. Anyhow, if you like to do custom lab setup, practice install and configuring, then setting up the lab manually is always a better choice. Let's move on. To download Windows and Office Deployment Lab Kit, open the browser and search for Windows and Office Deployment Lab Kit, and then click on Windows and Office Deployment Lab Kit. These labs are designed to help you plan, test, and validate your deployment and management of desktops, running Windows 10 Enterprise and Microsoft 365 for Enterprise. The labs cover using Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager, Desktop Analytics, Office Customization Tool, OneDrive, Windows Autopilot, and more. These labs can be used for Windows 8 upgrades and even for testing Windows 10 upgrades and for deploying Microsoft 365 apps. Lab contains the latest evaluation versions of new Windows 10 version 20.04, Windows 7 Enterprise, a Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager version 20.02, Windows Assessment and Deployment Kit for Windows 10, and MDT, and AppFree, and MBAM, Windows Server, Microsoft SQL Server. This lab environment requires a minimum of 16 GB of available memory and 150 GB of free disk space. Anyhow, if you want a better performance, 32 GB of available memory is recommended. Since in 16 GB, the lab will be very much slow. Let's download the Windows and Office Deployment Lab Kit. Click on this link. So once you click on that link, it will ask you to fill up the details to start your evaluation. Click on Continue. And fill up your details. First name, last name, company name, size, job title, work email address, or phone number, country or region. And just click on Continue. Okay, once you click on Continue, the downloads will automatically initiate and it will ask for multiple allow files. Just click on Allow. You can see in my system it's taking 50 minutes. If your system, it depends on the bandwidth, network bandwidth. If your network bandwidth is more faster, it will download within a few minutes. Okay, in my case it's downloaded. So let's extract the zip file. Okay. So I have extracted the files. So these are the three main setup files, which is setup.exe is a script and Zpack is a compressed configuration file, setup files. And additionally, we have the Lab Kit 2004 2004 guide, extract to Lab Kit. Okay. So this Lab Kit guide comes in handy where you can use it for setting up the lab. And there are two documents. One is lab guide and one more is the setup guide. Setup guide for the initial lab setup and lab guide is for your further configurations. Okay, now let's view the lab setup guide. So this we have seen already. This kit features a complete lab environment and Hyper-V host is needed for this. 32 gigabytes of RAM is needed. Let's talk virtual machines, which will be imported and created. So this is the local administrator username and password. It's a default password. If you wish, you can change it after the setup. And this is the first settings which we need to do. we need to go to the Hyper-V console and go to the switch manager and create an external network. Okay, I have already created the external network. I have named it as internet. Right click setup.exe and click run as administrator. Click on next. If you want, you can go through end user license agreement. Okay, I just reviewed it. Just click on next. And it is scanning for the internet connector switch. You need to click on next to begin provisioning the lab. It usually takes more time. Okay. Click on next. Now it got provisioned. You can see the virtual machines in my Hyper-V manager. There are machines which are showing running, and few of them I actually passed it. To improve the performance, usually I used to pass all the client virtual machines and resume one by one so that the configuration goes perfectly. Okay, all are configured. So once the configuration is done, all the virtual machines will get shut down. Okay, just turn on the configuration manager. So log in with your default password, which is provided in the lab setup guide. So you can check the applications here. You can see Endpoint Manager is already installed and configured, and even SQL Server is installed and configured. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and open Endpoint Configuration Manager console. Okay, it is connecting to the site database. It is connected now. You can see evaluation version 164 days left. You can see the users. They're already preloaded users. And devices. You can check the version. It is 2002. We can upgrade it to the latest version if you want. You can just go to administration, updates and servicing. See, it's already showing config manager 2006 is ready to install. You can just download and install it. Anyway, we'll see those installations in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please do share your feedback in the comments.